The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you.
Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. And the last known survivor stumps his spread in the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
And I received a phone call today from the president of Red Apple Audio Networks, Mr. Chad Lopez. And he told me you folks, I'm quoting here, are killing it in the ratings for this show. That's great news. That's great news. And we thank you folks for that. I'm starting off today where we left off the show yesterday. The last caller of the day asked a question, and it's a legitimate question. He asked, why do I focus on
Mr. 7%?
So I understand that he is beloved by some of you. You listen to him for years. I get it. But I am telling you folks, something is rotten in Denmark as it relates to the race for New York City mayor, where we are now stuck with Mamdani. And I am going to get to the bottom of exactly what happened. You have to understand, folks, I only know one way, 4 decades of doing this, and it is full speed ahead.
Beat this guy. You need speed. You don't have it. And your knees can't take the pounding. So hard running is out. And you got arthritis in your neck. And you've got calcium deposits on most of your joints. So sparring is out. So what we'll be calling on is good old-fashioned blunt force trauma. Horsepower, heavy-duty cast iron, pile-driving punches that will have to hurt so much they'll rattle his ancestors. Every time you hit him with a shot, it's got to feel like he tried kissing the express train. Yeah, let's start building some hurting bombs.
I only know one way, full speed ahead. And something is rotten in Denmark as it relates to the mayor's race, where we're stuck with Mamdani, and I am going to get to the bottom of it. That's the bottom line. 800-848-9222. So Mamdani, what has he told us? The night of the election, he told us that he never wanted to utter Cuomo's name ever again. That's what Mamdani said. And he's kept to his pledge. So Mamdani, I found this very, very interesting. Mamdani did a live stream video munching, he does these stupid things, munching on Taco Bell and Dunkin' Donuts. It was to announce a $1.5 million settlement against the franchises of these fast food companies. And the Democrat socialist mayor and his Department of Consumer and Worker Protections Commissioner Sam Levine, they were sitting down, scarfing down a Crunch Wrap, Supreme, and all these types of things, right? And I just found it interesting. So Mamdani has vowed to never, ever, 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 ever say Cuomo's name again. But guess whose name he did say? He did say the name of Mr. 7%, but he didn't say 7%. Listen to Mamdani at City Hall mentioning none other than Mr. Sliwa.
I'm also going to go for the Crunchwrap Supreme.
I mean, look, for the first lunch we've been able to sit down to in weeks, it's filling, got some cheese in there. I'm
going to like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
I mean, I'm eating more. I'm going to upgrade it to an 8 out of 10. Chocolate glaze.
Don't glaze me, Zoran. The immortal words of Curtis Sliwa.
All right. 10 out of 10. I mean,
very good.
Absolutely. Duncan Munchkin. Classic.
So in my world, is somebody that's done this for 4 decades. I am trained professionally to pay attention to every word, to pay attention to mannerisms, to pay attention almost to syllables. And Mamdani has vowed to never say Cuomo's name again. And while munching on Dunkin' Donuts, he just casually mentions yesterday the other candidate in the race. Something is rotten in Denmark, and I assure you, I am going to get to the bottom of it. 800-848-9222. You have to feel for Savannah Guthrie doing an interview with the Today Show, which will air in 2 parts. I think all of us have given up hope at this point as it relates to her mom.
We are in agony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We are in agony. It is unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
And to think of what she went through.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up every night, in the middle of the night, every night. And in the darkness, I imagine her terror.
So, in Illinois, Dumb and Dumber, Governor Dumb, Mayor Clown Dumber, Pritzker and Brandon Johnson. The bottom line, they're passing the buck on the murder of 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman, in which, and she's from our area, in which a migrant and illegal has been charged with murder. They are actually passing the buck and trying to blame President Trump. You'll hear in a moment President Trump sound off on this case specifically. But I want you to listen to a few things here first. One, keep in mind that Clown Mayor Johnson literally banned ICE from public parks.
Today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
Dumb and Dumber. Pritzker. What did Pritzker do? Well, a video has resurfaced of the Illinois governor giving this glowing review of Chicago's lakefront. And that's at the center of this young lady's death.
Here on the south side, early morning, lots of runners coming by on the lakefront path, lakefront trail. Absolutely gorgeous.
Cannot make this up. You cannot make it up. Dumb and Dumber. Oh, we want Democrats. Well, you got the Democrats. You got them. Deal with them. President Trump. We see all your telephone calls. We'll get to them in just a second. President Trump sounding off on this case.
On Thursday, a precious 18-year-old college student named Sheridan Gorman was shot and killed while she was walking in a park. She was just walking into the park, didn't do anything. The illegal alien monster charged with Sheridan's brutal murder had come illegally from Venezuela and been released into our country by Sleepy Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. And I don't say that because I think he's fine. He's okay. I don't like him, dislike him. I talk about job performance. That's all I care about, job performance. Worst president in history. And Obama wasn't far behind, by the way. But he was then arrested and released again by Democrat governor, a real slob of a governor, J.B. Pritzker, in the sanctuary city of Chicago, which we could make safe in 2 months, I would say. 2 months if we sent in the group, Tom, right? 2 months would be good. 3 months, very good. 4 or 5 months, it would be great. But they would never call because they don't want to do that. All they have to do is call and ask for a little help. The Democrats in Congress do not care how much American blood they shed in their demented pursuit of open borders. From Sheridan Gorman to Jocelyn Nungary and Laken Riley, their quest to flood our country with illegal aliens has left countless American victims in its wake. They never changed. They see what's happening. They never change. That's what they want. They want to get the votes. With sanctuary and sanctuary cities going at levels that they are, and we've ended a lot. We've done a lot. But for some reason, they love it. It's a sanctuary. You know, sanctuary cities are it's really a sanctuary for criminals. With Secretary Mullen at DHS, we will continue our record-setting efforts to deport these illegal alien criminals from our country, and we are doing at record levels despite a very unfair court system, a radicalized left court system, and others that I'm not too fond of also. And we'll protect innocent American lives. Every single illegal migrant who is a criminal record must be deported immediately. If they have a criminal record, you got to deport them. And there's a lot that came in under Biden. And Kamala, the great border czar Kamala, who never went to the border, never called Border Patrol, never once called Border Patrol. Can you imagine that, Jim? She's the border czar. She never called Border Patrol. Explain that to me. He's the worst. She was as bad as he was. Going to give him IQ tests next week.
So, President Trump, thank you for telling the truth. And it really is simple. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Get out. If you're here illegally, you're not welcomed. If you come through the proper channels, America welcomes everyone. But if you think that you're going to continue pimping Americans, because that's what it is, literally pimping Americans like we're a prostitute on the corner, where you're taking all of our money and services and benefits and food, and then you have the nerve to look down at Americans? I don't think so. Let's start with your telephone calls. Line 3, Robin in Brooklyn. Robin, what's on your mind?
Well, I think about Curtis Sligo a lot, and one of the reasons was he should have been in my graduating class in Canarsie High School, and he dropped out. And he has this phony Brooklyn accent. No one in my class had an accent like that. I mean, why did people fall for this? I know intelligent people who are like, Curtis. I don't know how this happened, how he got on a ticket, and how this guy actually nobody, he ran unopposed. And again, whatever as it relates to Mr. 7%. I have an obligation, Robin, thank you for the call, to get to the bottom of the truth. And I am telling you, something is rotten in Denmark for why Mr. 7% aligned himself and screwed Cuomo to elect Mamdani, and ultimately is screwed the rest of us that are stuck dealing with this situation. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And some airlines out there are getting fed up with Congress. Delta announced today they're going to end all special priority perks for lawmakers as long as this DHS shutdown is ongoing and TSA workers aren't being paid. Until it gets fixed, Brett, Congress is going to be treated like the rest of us.
Oh, good for Delta. We'll see.
Right?
Bill,
yeah.
Thanks.
And that from Fox News. I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex at Dominic TV. Debbie Lebedo, Staten Island, says because of Biden's open border policies, we are all at risk of being at the wrong place at the wrong time here in the U.S. Let's go to Carlotta, line 5, the great state of Rhode Island. What's on your mind, young lady?
Well, I don't think Savannah Guthrie should have given that interview. Hear me out. You know, a lot of people, especially in the past few years under Biden, have lost children in terrible ways. And, I mean, we all sympathize with Savannah. We went through it with her like a month. But, you know, it's personal now. And
Wait. Carlotta, it wasn't personal on day one when her mother popped up missing? It wasn't personal then?
No, yes.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the pain now should be a personal. We've been through it with her. Imagine parents.
All right, Carlotta, wait. Let me ask you a question. See, you're talking like she's a normal person. She's not a normal person. We try and pretend that people that make $4, $5, $6, $7 million a year are normal. She's not normal. You think she can? What I mean by that is not a normal person. Carlotta, you think she can just come back to the Today Show and that's that, and go on like nothing ever happened?
Oh no, I don't. But I think she has to understand that she's not. People have suffered the loss of children under horrible circumstances.
So you're saying she's a normal person. You're saying exactly what I just said. She's not a normal person.
No, I'm saying she has to be more than normal, not less than normal. Just let her come back when she's ready, or let her stay away.
So, but what's wrong with her sharing her pain, with her articulating her point of view? What's wrong with that?
Because we've just been through enough. There are other things. Other families have had great losses.
Right, so you're still saying she's normal like everybody else, and I'm telling you she's not. But Carlotta, it's always great talking to you. Thank you very much. Let's go to line 4, James in Brooklyn. James, what's on your mind?
How you doing? If you don't mind my comments on that last call, I think that what she was trying to say was that Savannah's pain is not more than another person's pain.
And if we believe that, then I got a bridge to sell you. She's a multi-million-dollar talent. To say she's just like anybody else, that's ridiculous. But James, what's on your mind?
Okay, I just wanted to ask you. Listen, I enjoy your show. I listen to it, but why you got to every day you say you're not going to go on and on about Curtis, and you go on and on about Curtis.
So first of all, I don't go on and on, but let me ask you a question, James. So I've been doing this for 4 decades. I am telling you there's some corruption here, right? Just like I told you Trump was going to win. Folks were concerned that he might not win. Just like I said Bloomberg was going to win when nobody said he was going to win. I am telling you there's some corruption here. You don't find it odd that Mamdani just casually mentions Mr. Sliwa's name in passing yesterday at City Hall? You don't find that odd?
If you really
can you answer my question? Can you answer my question? Do you find that odd, yes or no?
I'm saying if you believe that it's about corruption, then I would.
Okay, so wait. I just want you to answer my question. He swore not to say Cuomo's name ever again. He didn't. He was happy yesterday eating food and brought up Mr. Sliwa mentioning his name. You don't find that odd, James?
But you also say you're not going to.
Okay, so you're not going to answer the question. Thank you. I tried to give you a forum. He won't answer the question. I'm telling you, something is rotten in Denmark, and I promise you, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative. On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. That's how winning is done.
I'm in a rocky frame of mind. There is no tomorrow, Dominic Carter. But you know what, folks? That's how I live my life. Live for today. Live in the work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard. But I don't do much playing these days. I do a lot of hard working, but not playing hard. But live in the moment. Tomorrow's not guaranteed to any of us. 800-848-9222. President Trump commenting from the White House on the 2nd Avenue subway.
Do you support the construction of the 2nd Avenue subway in New York City, and will your administration work to slow
far out, Chris. You know, the 2nd Avenue subway is being under construction for, you're a young guy, is longer than you are old, okay? That's been under construction. I haven't heard about the 2nd Avenue subway in 20 years. What the hell kind of a question is that? I guess they got to get it finished. They spent trillions of dollars practically. No, they spent more money on that than on anything, I think, in the history of our city, in New York City. And it's been under construction for a long time. It's very sad, actually.
Interesting. So back to Chicago for a second. The murder of Sheridan Gorman, the 18-year-old from Westchester County, New York. You had one older woman, blaming this young lady for her own death, stating she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Would you say that about your own child? Another alderman in Chicago went on TV, this one saying the right things.
We know Sheridan was out walking with her friends near the college campus, police saying that this is the case of wrong place at the wrong time. And we see her family pushing back on that. She says her death cannot be reduced to that. What are your initial thoughts on this tragic shooting?
Well, Natasha, my heart goes out to the family of Sheridan. And yes, it is very callous to say that simply we must accept this as just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, because this was 100% avoidable. If we had allowed common sense to prevail in our city and to work with our immigration officials to go after those dangerous criminal non-citizens who choose to engage in criminal activity here in this country, that gentleman, to call him so, might not have been here. And Sheridan may be alive today had we taken action when we first apprehended him in his first criminal activity. Unfortunately, choices were made, as Sheridan's family has said, and they have to suffer for it. And tomorrow will be the detention hearing as required by the State Safety Act to see whether or not that individual remains in custody until his trial. I and others will be there to show support for the family, to show support for all victims, to ensure that he stays behind bars long enough for ICE to come retrieve him.
And so the bottom line, what was done to her should be done to him, but 1,000,000 times slower. 1,000,000 times slower. I keep telling you folks that, excuse me, the correction officer should say, excuse me, time for me to go on a 45-minute break. Tyrone, I'll be back in 45 minutes. It's on you and the brothers to take care of him and make sure he's taken care of properly. That would be the start of what should come his way. Let's go back to your telephone calls. Line 3, Tony, Long Island. Tony, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Dominic. I'm hearing that tape with being in the wrong place at the wrong time. She also said she may have startled the shooter. Again, putting the blame on the victim.
Okay, so what are you trying to say, Tony?
She just put the blame on the victim twice. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and she startled the shooter. Like, she did something wrong.
Right, she didn't do anything wrong. What's going wrong is Democrats keep putting these phony politicians back in office. Thank you so much for the call, Tony. Let's go to line 5. Bobby in Levittown. What's on your mind, Bobby?
Hey, Dominic, I'm 100% with you. Something definitely went on with Mr. 7%. It's just crazy. His silence is deafening. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Bobby, I guess I better return to 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. But the issue is this. The issue really comes down to this. I know it's tough for many of you listening, because this individual was beloved in his heyday, emphasis in his heyday, which was a long time ago. And all I'm saying is, folks, something's rotten in Denmark. And I am going to find out, you can bet your bottom dollar that I am going to find out exactly how Mom Donnie was elected mayor of New York City when he had a ring man he had a right-hand man in the race with him, clearing the way against Cuomo. You can call Cuomo everything but a child of God, but that general election was 2 against 1. 2 against 1, including the debates. And if the third candidate had got out of the way, I would be sitting here right now criticizing Mayor Cuomo. That is the bottom line. Oh, Dominic, the numbers. I've been doing this for 4 decades. The momentum would have pushed Cuomo over the top. And that's the bottom line. Let's go to Pamela. Line 3, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Pamela?
Good afternoon. I think giving sympathy and empathy and attention to the Guthrie situation is very appropriate. It not only brings attention to the awful circumstances of her loss, but also other families who have lost loved ones and family and friends and never heard from them again. It's the not knowing. It's the not knowing, which is the tragedy. And feeling sympathy for the Guthrie family is by no way taking away from others.
I agree with you. I agree with your position wholeheartedly. Plus, I'm sure the whole family is is shocked. They're in trauma. And if this makes Savannah Guthrie, be able to handle this and to perhaps return to her professional life, then she's entitled to grieve in whichever way that she feels is appropriate. We don't get to decide, she shouldn't do that interview. Who are we to say what a person should or should not do? I thank you very much, Pamela, for the telephone call. Let's go to Rob, line 5 in Brooklyn. Rob, what's on your mind?
There was a girl Monday in Suffolk County, 5 years old, raped by a Guatemalan, and nobody is talking about this. Her mother came home. They were babysitting her, his girlfriend.
Wait, you're telling me that a 5-year-old child was raped in Suffolk County by an illegal?
Yes, Guatemalan, yes. And she had to get surgery. Her mother came home, and she was bleeding, and they took her in, and she's in for surgery. Nobody's been talking about this story at all.
5 years old?
5 years old.
Okay, I'm trying to get information about it as we speak. A 5-year-old girl, you're telling me, raped in Suffolk County by an illegal migrant. Has this been publicized at all?
Very little, very little.
Okay, well, how do you know about it, Rob? Rob?
Western journalism.
Okay, now you're sounding kooky. How do you know about this, Rob?
I Googled it, and it was...
And what was... anybody can Google. What came up in the Google? Was it a reputable news source?
Not sure.
Okay, Rob, thank you for the call. We're scrambling now to try and find out about this. We would know. I'm not saying it didn't happen, because oftentimes you folks you're the first ones to update me on something. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I am just not aware of it. Let's go to Greg in the great state of Michigan. Greg, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dom, Mr. Positive. Everybody go for your dreams. Sorry we hit it off bad the other night.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Greg. I just find, Greg, and no offense, do you think that talk show hosts remember every call that comes in? You're giving us a lot of credit. We talk to a lot of people. Do you think we remember all the calls that come in?
No, sir.
Okay, so what's on your mind?
Real quick, you brought up Cuomo. I love his brother, Chris Cuomo. But Iran, here's the thing that I'd like to ask you. We invaded Venezuela. We invaded...
Wait, Greg,
Iran.
Greg, do me a favor. Just hold on for a second, because now I am pissed off. Not at you, Greg. I want to throw this phone out the window. But the glass that's enclosed, I can't do it. I can't do it, Greg. Just stand by. Sure enough, we've just confirmed from Long Island News 12 that a Guatemalan man is accused in a 5-year-old's rape and has been arrested by ICE. I want to throw this phone out the window and scream. A 5-year-old girl, she's not even developed down there. What is wrong with these people? 5 years old. 5 years old. Go ahead, Greg.
Thank you. Yes, there's no words to discuss, to articulate that disgusting behavior. But Iran and Venezuela, and we might do Cuba. I just got to ask you, China would look at us and go, you guys are doing this, why can't we invade Taiwan? Would they be justified? And if you get a chance, go to your Facebook page. I sent you some private messages, Gregory Balteff.
Yeah, Greg, I don't look at private messages because there are hundreds of them, and 90% of them are from nuts. So I'm sorry, Greg, but thank you for the call. And you said we got off to a bad start. Today we're on a better start, but I think I got to get a new phone now. I think I just broke my phone. When is enough enough? When is enough enough? What type of animal rapes a 5-year-old girl? Who that? Listen, you may do that in Guatemala. We don't do that here in America. And Democrats keep welcoming them into the country. Open arms. We'll pay for it. We'll pay for you to come here to rape 5-year-old girls. I knew nothing about this, and now I am thoroughly pissed off. Let's go to Marco, line 4, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Marco?
I just want to say that it seems like you MAGAs are just waiting for an illegal immigrant to just do something wrong so that you could just like jump for joy.
Okay, so Marco, do you have a problem with one of these savages raping a 5-year-old girl? Do you have a problem with that?
But you don't think
No, can you answer the question? Can you answer the question? Do you have a problem with one of these savages raping a 5-year-old girl?
Yeah, I got a problem with that. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, so now what's your other point? I know you want to go on your anti-Trump tirade. What's your other point?
It's not really against Trump. It's against you and all the
Oh,
supporters.
it's against me. Okay, so what's the tirade? Let's hear it.
Because you guys jump for joy when it's you guys are just waiting for an illegal immigrant to do something.
First of all, Marco, I just damn near broke my own cell phone because I'm just hearing this news about a 5-year-old girl. Do you know the agony this child must be going through, Marco?
It's an accusation. You don't even know anything about the thing yet. So how can you just talk?
Would you say that? Would you say that if you were her father and she got to have reconstructive surgery down there? Would you say that then, Marco?
Did they accuse Trump? Did you defend Trump when he was being accused of something? Did you jump on that one and was all mad about that?
Marco, I would hate to be your woman. You have got to be the biggest loser in the world.
Dominic is done with you.
Let's go to Ann, line 5, Connecticut. Ann, what's on your mind?
Hi, I'm worried you're going to have a heart attack.
No, I'm not going to have a heart attack, but this is a 5-year-old child. And when I get off the air, Ann, I got to get ready for a midnight show. I got to have some sanity. How can any of us have sanity with a 5-year-old child raped?
I agree. Now, Marco's definitely got issues.
That's putting it mildly.
Well, you just take care of yourself, okay?
Oh, well, thank you. So, Ann, I got to take a break, but what was the comment you wanted to make?
I just agreed with that woman that called about Savannah Guthrie. It's not that you don't feel bad for her, but the money's not an issue. But it is like it is time now for her, I think, to do her grieving privately. She's done a lot of public grieving. We all grieved with her, and it's not about the money. But I agree with that woman. I think it is time now for her to,
Right, but Ann, we don't get to decide how she grieves. Thank you for the call. Folks, that is not up to us. That's up to her and her family. I may have to get a new cell phone. We are coming right back.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. When it matters most, turn to the voices you trust. We go beyond the headlines, bringing you the stories you won't hear anywhere else. Live coverage, sharp analysis, real perspective. At home or on the go. Stay connected when it counts. Stream Fox News on Fox One. Download today.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation final thoughts of the day. I'm looking at the New York Post article. You cannot make this up. So a Guatemalan citizen, 27 years old, was babysitting a 5-year-old girl while her mother was at work on February 1st and allegedly violently raped the toddler, leaving her bleeding and suffering from internal injuries. This is what prosecutors from the Suffolk County prosecutor's office told the court. Quote, when the victim's mother returned from work, the victim told her mother that her private parts hurt. That's according to Assistant District Attorney Sean Murphy, as the suspect stood emotionless, staring blank ahead. Believing that her child may have soiled herself, she took her to the bathroom to change when she noticed her underwear was soaked in blood. Let's go to line 5, Johnny in East Hampton. Johnny, what's on your mind?
Hello, Mr. Dominic.
I'm listening, Johnny. Go ahead.
So, listen, I live out on the east end of Long Island. I deal with multiple houses. I take care of property.
Okay, Johnny, what is the point? We're short on time. What is the point you want to make?
So, Mr. Sierney had prosecuted this guy, and, not for nothing, but the bottom line is this is not a one-incident thing. This is ongoing with, unfortunately, undocumented people. And he had enough detail to prosecute, and very sad. But bottom line is, this is what's happened on the east end of in Long Island, in the Hamptons, and everybody thinks the Hamptons is nothing goes
All right,
on.
I got it, Johnny. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Brian, line 4 in New Jersey. What's on your mind, Brian?
Hey, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. I also wanted to chime in on this. Maybe one of the reasons it hasn't been in the media too much, nobody else has picked it up, is because potentially the family of the victim are also here illegally, and they just want to
It's still, I hear you, Brian. Thank you for the call. I'm short on time. It's still a 5-year-old girl, 5 years old. Let's go to Scott, line 2 in Connecticut. Scott, what's on your mind?
Dominic, when are you going to let go of the Curtis Lewa thing with the election?
Okay, so it doesn't matter if there's corruption involved. Is that what you're telling me?
Corruption in which way, sir?
No. Listen to what I'm saying, Scott. I'm short on time. If there's corruption involved, that doesn't matter?
Of course it does, but
okay, so then why would you tell me to let it go when clearly something has happened?
Listen, there were other factors that
like
the reason
what?
that
Like
Madani
what? What? The third candidate you had a better chance of being elected mayor. What other factors are there?
You answered your own question. You stated at one point that a Republican would never, ever have a chance in New York. Zero factor.
Right, unless you have a special candidate. I just told you why. See, you Sliwa supporters are delusional. You just drink the Kool-Aid no matter what. If there's corruption involved, reporters have an obligation, Scott, to get to the truth. I'm sorry that it hurts your little feelings, but it is what it is. Let's go to Tom, line 3, Long Island. Tom, what's on your mind? You got 20 seconds.
My opinion is this. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Mayorkas should be arrested for accessory to murder.
I hear you. All right, Tom. Thank you for the call. Folks, join the Tunnel to Towers Foundation on its mission to do good in honor of America's heroes. Donate $11 a month to amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. The number 2, T.org. I wish this 5-year-old a speedy recovery, and I'm just at a loss of words. I'm back at midnight. See you then, folks.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder, what the heck is going on here?